Shalom, welcome to Tactically Torah. I am Heath Hayes. I'm back. Spent a long time. Spent about a week. Minus 1 day. Had to come back and do some things. But anyways, spent about a week working in Idabel, Oklahoma with Grindstone Ministries, cutting wood, cutting trees where the diameter of the base of the trunk is almost as tall as I am, right? Very large trees. A lot of very technical cutting, dangerous work. Had to do demolition on a couple of houses. Grindstone's doing stuff. Grindstone is doing the Father's work, being hands and feet and loving the people. It's what we're called to do. And this is not that video, though that message is always timely. We should always be hands and feet of the Most High, loving the Father and loving people with all that we are, all that we have. Essentially being genuine, compassionate individuals, right? But I'm back. As far as the way everything looks, it looks like I will not be going back to Idabel unless Bob or TJ tell me otherwise. Reason being is because Refuge needs me. Refuge Medical is my day job. It is my responsibility, and we've got to keep that going so that when we get back from deployment, there's something to come home to, right? That's what pays our bills. That's what, that's really what allows us to do what Grindstone does. So we have to keep that going, and that's my task. Anyways, it's been hard, really emotional, physically, mentally, emotionally exhausting. But I wouldn't trade the opportunity to be able to be a part of something like that for anything. Being hands and feet of the Most High that's where the rubber hits the road, right? You get to be a part of an NGO that's actually doing something. Not for its own benefit, but for legitimately the benefit of others who are truly down and out, caring for the orphan and the widow. That's priority number one right there. That's what we're doing. Anyways, went to the gym yesterday, had an awesome workout. Re-injured my shoulder, actually. I don't know if it's injured as much as it is like it needs a little bit more time to recover. I hurt my shoulder while I was cutting on some trees in Idabel at what we call the ranch. And gosh, for a while there, you know what, there's a miracle, maybe not a miracle, I don't know, testament to the Most High and His power. But anyways, I had injured my shoulder just from doing all the work that I had been doing, carrying around a chainsaw and doing all of that for 4 days. And then all of a sudden, by the end of that 4th day, I could not lift my arm past here, this shoulder here. I could not lift my arm past, 80 degrees. It hurt. It hurt. And I felt a lot of pain at 80 degrees. You know, I could maybe go 70 degrees without feeling anything. But anyways, I got back out there the next day and just started cutting. Decided to push right through it, grabbed a chainsaw. We needed a leader for the team, and I was the man. So how do you lead? You lead from the front. Get out there. You can't be asking people to do things that you're not willing to do. So I was out there doing everything that I was asking my men to do. And we had a very good, hard, productive day. TJ and Bob were in alternate locations, and nobody was there to lead the team but me. So we got after it. We did everything that we needed to do. And I tell you, at the end of that day, I didn't have an ounce of pain in my shoulder. I had full range of motion. I had everything. When at the start of the day, I could barely lift my shoulder. I could barely hold the chainsaw, that steel 362C that I was supposed to be cutting with. I could barely carry it. And in the Father's sovereignty, he just, let me take that from you. And I say that because I want you to understand that the Father honors sacrifice. He honors commitment. He honors courage. He honors obedience. And in everything that we were doing, even while in pain, even while our hearts are breaking for these people, it does no good for us to just sit back and say, well, let me know if you need anything. Because in that moment, what they really need is somebody to make a decisive decision so that they would have somebody there to just start doing work. Very similar to how the Father, he's like, don't tell me you love me. Show me. Actions speak louder than words, right? Well, if you love me, obey my commands. What are the two great commands of the Most High? Love the Father with all your heart, soul, mind, body, spirit. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. With that same love, with that same compassion, with that, just with that, everything that is embodied in that picture of kindness and selflessness that you would desire people to treat you as, do unto them. So even when your heart breaks for them, you're still out there getting work done. Even when you're breaking your body for them, you know that there's something that needs to be done and they can't do it. We could have easily just gone in there to the ranch and been like, hey, yeah, you know, we just know that the Father's going to provide. He's going to take care of you. Don't worry, somebody's going to come along. Well, what if the Father sent you? It makes no sense to just stand there and say, hey, let me know if you need anything. No, get your ass in there and get to work. Because that's what they need. And I don't say anything, I don't say any of this to lift up man or to lift up Grindstone. I say this as a form of motivation for you out there. We are to be hands and feet. like it's not enough to just say, hey, don't worry, the Father's got you. We had to get to work. Because if we'd have never shown up and did what we had done for the folks at the ranch, or the other families that we had helped throughout the time that I was there, and helping right now even, they'd still be standing there scratching their head wondering where to start. Looking at all the things that needed to be done and realizing that just on the ranch alone there was 20 years worth of work for one man to do. And a crew of men came in with heavy machinery and chainsaws and took care of the trees and the vegetative debris and the construction debris and all of that within the matter of a week. Yeah, we probably did somewhere in the realm of about $500,000 worth of work. If somebody were to come in and contract all that out. That's not what it's about. It's not about money. It's about love. It's about compassion. Because it worries me when I take a look at the idea in Scripture. It talks about in Matthew chapter 24, he says, because of lawlessness the love of many will grow cold. And his context there is at the end of the age. I believe we're not far from that. But because of lawlessness the love of many will grow cold. Two great commands. On these hang all the Torah and the prophets. Every bit of your Torah is wrapped up within the context of these ideas. Love the Father, love people. But because of the lawlessness, there's a complete lack of love. See, the Father truly is a God of love. And He wants to show His love. But if there is nobody to keep and obey His commands, how can He use somebody who will not show love to display His love to them? Love Yah. Love people. None of this was at all what I was planning to talk about. At all. I guess I'm going to have to do a second video. But anyways, go and do. Reach out. If you want to deploy, if you want to go to Idabel, Oklahoma, and be hands and feet of the Most High, or if you just want to donate, I'll put the link in the description below, grindstoneministries.com. Reach out, please. Please. Shalom.